Oh, hello. I assume you're here for another Don't Fudge the Issue. Let's get on to question number one, a video question from Andy.
I'd like to know what was going on in the UK and around the world. So as a key news watcher, I get frustrated when I switch it on and I'm just listening to people's opinions. Often I feel that things are choreographed, the way that interviews are brought forward, so I end up switching it off or over. Secondly, I find that there seems to be less factual news and less reporting of what is actually happening elsewhere in the world. I seem to get more and more frustrated watching the news. What are your thoughts?
Well, pretty much agree with everything that you asked in the question. For me, the news should be purely about, well, the news, and yet there's far too much opinion in it nowadays. It's bordering on them lecturing us, and it's a proper turn off. So I would say less lecturing, more stories. And regarding foreign news, it's clear as daylight to me that our media deems certain countries far more newsworthy than others. Right, question number 2 is from my elder sister, Lisa.
Hi Darren, what's your opinion on people having sex changes, and do you believe there should be an age limit as to when parents, especially if it's a youngster, start allowing, say, their boy that wants to become a girl dressing as the opposite sex? And also, what do you think on the discussion about not using like he and she, him and her, and them using all different names now that have just seemed to have come out? For some reason, I haven't even heard of half of them. So really, just what's your opinion, and how would you feel if it was one of your children that wanted to transition into the opposite gender?
That's a very difficult question to answer, because being somebody that never felt that they were born into the wrong gender, I can't understand people who feel they have. Having said that, I've got nothing against any adult who is wanting or is having or has had transition to the opposite sex. Regarding the children, yes, of course, I think there should be an age limit. Gee whiz, you can't have a 3, 4, 5 year old or even older, trying to explore the possibility of a sex change. I don't feel their minds are mature enough. Yeah, it's a no-brainer for me. The he and she business is absolutely, well, it's beyond ridiculous. You've suddenly got a very small minority of those decided that they're not comfortable with the he and she and him and her words that have been around for years. If one of my children wanted to transition, unfortunately, I don't think I would be too happy about it. However, it would be their life choice. I'd show as much support as I possibly could and keep on giving them unconditional love. Next question. Do I think wagon wheels are now too small and not worth the price? Well, as you can tell by my videos, I do quite a lot of stuff on the cheap, and that goes for my wagon wheels as well. And to answer the question, yes, I think they're far too small, wagon wheels. In fact, going back to the youth, I'm sure they used to be much bigger, but obviously the perspective is different, because when I was a kid, my hands are smaller, so maybe it looks bigger. Too small and probably a little bit too pricey. However, the 6 for £1 is always a winner. Good news, everybody. We're finally on to the last question.
Hi Darren, it's Sam. My question is, what is your favourite movie and what is your worst movie?
I'm sorry, I can't really answer this question properly because I'm not a movie buff. But what I will say, there was one film that I wasn't looking forward to watching whatsoever and ended up thoroughly enjoying it, and that was Slumdog Millionaire. And on the flip side of that, I was really looking forward to watching Christmas Chronicles 2 just before Christmas, funnily enough. With the kids. Enjoyed the previous one, and for me it was a turkey. Halfway through it, got very restless, clock watching, couldn't wait for it to end. That's the best I could do in answering this question. Sorry. Okay everybody, it's time where you can stop yawning because the video is about to come to an end. Thanks for persevering with it. I don't know why, but thanks anyway. Do the usual. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, whack the comments for the next question, for the next video, if you truly want this thing to carry on. So hopefully you do. In the meantime, I'll say, and you're staying in that.